Hey gang, it's Lisa Mosier, Positive Change for You. This is going to be another one. This is for my whole family. In the mornings we'll make pancakes. And I don't want to just give them the old white pancakes with syrup. I mean, very high glycemic, going to spike the blood sugar. So I want to share with you the recipe that I use in the mornings for my family when we make pancakes, and sometimes just for myself. So I'm going to show you one serving size for if you're just going to fix it for yourself in the morning. So we're going to start with a buckwheat pancake mix. Buckwheat is a lower glycemic, so we're going to start with 1/3 of a cup of buckwheat pancake mix. And then I use some of this, it's the gluten-free Bisquick, and I use just a little of that because what it does is it's going to help give the pancake the fluffier texture so it's not so heavy and dense. So I just put a little bit of that in there, maybe a tablespoon or two of the buckwheat, or of the gluten-free biscuit mix. And what that does is again, it's just going to make it a little airier. Okay? Now we're going to add fiber because we want to add fiber to our breakfast to lower the glycemic index. You can use the wheat bran that we talked about to put in. It's going to give it a more nuttier, denser flavor. Or again, I use my Fiber G, and I'm going to use a whole tablespoon, which is about 12 grams of fiber. And I'm going to add that in there. I mean, can you imagine eating 2 pancakes that's going to give you 12 grams of fiber? Awesome way to start your day, okay? So I'm going to get that all mixed in there. Now I'm going to add my protein. You can do protein powder if you want. Again, it's going to make it a little denser, a little heavier. So I'm going to use egg substitute, or you can use egg whites, but I use an egg substitute to give me some protein. And I will just pour my egg substitute in there to give me protein, and then a little bit of water. Stir that up, and then you can, at this point, you can flavor them however you want. I usually add a little bit of vanilla extract to mine. My husband loves the pumpkin pie spice, or sometimes for the kids I'll just put cinnamon in here. I will tell you a little trick, especially for those of you out there that you're sitting here thinking there is no way in heck that my kids are going to eat those because they're not used to them, and that's okay. And it's okay to start out like half and half, or to start out like half buckwheat, half regular pancake mix to kind of get them adjusted, slowly moved into it. But I'll tell you what, the best thing that you can do right now at this point as far as for kids, if you're giving them 12 grams of fiber, great protein, good carbohydrate source, good whole grains, if you want to throw in a handful of the semi-sweet chocolate chips or a carob chips, or sometimes I use the little tiny baby ones because you're not using that many, but yet it looks like they're in there, that's a great way, because I figure if I'm going to get my kids to eat all this protein and carbs and good fiber, it's not going to hurt them then if you throw in a few little treats for them. So like I said, a few semi-sweet chocolate chips or the baby mini ones are okay. I don't personally do them for me, but for my kids, it's a good trade-off, and I think it's okay to do as long as you're adding a little. So now you've got this consistency right here. So I'm going to go and I'm going to cook up, and it's going to make 2 good-sized pancakes, and I'll be back and show you what those are going to look like. Okay, so I'm back, and look at the size of these pancakes. And this is 1 serving. This will be a great way to start your day. Now I get asked, what do you top them with? Well, you could do a light peanut butter and jam on top, all fruit, jam and peanut butter. A lot of people like that syrup. Again, if you're okay personally with sweeteners, you can do sugar-free syrups. That's a good way to get that, that maple syrup. Or I'll make my own maple syrup. And it sounds kind of weird, but it really does taste good. Is I'll just put a little agave nectar, water, and then I use this maple flavoring, and I put it in a little saucepan and just heat it up and drizzle it over, and it gives it that maple flavor. Or sometimes you can even take your fruit spread and put it in a little pan and melt it. That's what my one daughter does, my oldest daughter. She'll melt it with a little bit of water and just melt it, and then she'll drizzle that all over her pancakes. But I mean, this is a great way, and that's 1 serving. So just think you can make that for your whole family. And these are light and airy. They're not dense. They're just like a pancake. So enjoy.